Good day, everybody. December 17th, 2024. I talked a little bit about homeowners associations, some of the things to look at if you're considering buying or selling with one, because there are certain fees that you're going to encounter on both ends. So we'll talk a little bit about that in today's show. Today's our Stevenson Ranch real estate update. I'm going to give you a preview of everything going on in Santa Clarita Valley as far as listings go. That's 495 total active residential listings as of this morning, the 17th of December. We're very close to Christmas, of course, and then New Year's. Then you have those whole New Year's resolutions things that you need to watch out for. And if you haven't done it now, New Year's resolutions probably aren't worth even making. If you're going to start something, why wait till the first of the year? Start now. If you're going to start something, start now. I know you got a lot of events, and I'm talking about fat loss maybe because I torched off 135 pounds myself, and I realized that all of this time I was waiting. That's you. Stop waiting. Start today. And then if you are going to go through Christmas and you just have to have that mince pie or whatever they eat at Christmas, turkey or ham or whatever the thing is, then just have it and just don't let it become a 4-week indulgence. All right, so stop that. All right, so 495 total active listings. These are going to span from single-family residences, townhomes, condominiums. Price range 160 grand at the low end. That's some house. You can get it at SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com, and then up to, of course, 5.1 million. Average price 916. Median price 829. Now we have total pending listings 126 properties that are in process of being sold. So these are properties in escrow. Average list price on those are about 866 grand. Median days on market 27. That's going to be all across. Now looking at, there's 8 days till Christmas, by the way. Looking at the sold properties, 48 properties closed, 863 grand is that average sold price. Sales to list price ratio up a little bit more price at 100.5%. So up a little bit higher than what the average would be as far as listing prices go. Now looking into Stevenson Ranch, a lot of those properties there do have HOAs, and in fact I'm trying to think of any that wouldn't have a homeowners association, and in fact I think everything in Stevenson Ranch does. And this goes primarily with a lot of the other cities in the Santa Clarita Valley. One of the things people don't know is what these cost. In some cases, they're somewhere $50, $60, and they can go up with new construction over $1,000 a month. One of the things to think about is, can you write these off on your taxes? If you're purchasing a property in Stevenson Ranch or wherever, and it does have an HOA as an investment, and you're going to rent it out, then potentially yes, but you're going to have to talk to your tax advisor and those sorts of professionals on that end of it when it comes to what you can write off. As a regular homeowner, a live-in occupant, it's your house, your owner occupancy of the residence. Maybe not, probably not. But again, ask your tax professional. Ask me that question. I'm not a tax expert, but that's something to maybe ask them. But from what I've gotten feedback from clients, they say no, they say I couldn't write that off. But it's something to consider. Now, usually when you have a super expensive HOA, the price of the residence is adjusts accordingly versus houses that have zero, which are few and far between out here in Santa Clarita Valley. They do exist in Canyon Country, Saugus, Newhall. There are quite a few single-family residences that don't have a homeowners association, so that's something to maybe look into if that's what your interest is. One of the other questions we get with regard to HOAs is, what do they do? Most homeowners associations carry some kind of an enforcement mechanism, so if your neighbors are doing something outside the purview of law enforcement, they can't go and they're unable to make an enforcement action as to what your neighbors are doing. Maybe they paint their house black with orange stripes, circa Madonna back in, I don't know, when is that, the 90s? Maybe they're doing that. The HOA probably has some kind of a rule in place that you can only paint your house particular colors. In addition, with the homeowners association, they might also have rules in place that state you can only have certain types of breeds of dogs, believe it or not. And they might put a number on the amount of cats you can have. So if you see a neighbor open the door and it's Cat City in there, they got 100 cats running around, maybe that's something you can use the HOA to enforce if that's something that bothers you. I'm not saying let's go tattletale on all of our neighbors, but again, there's there's right and there's wrong. You have to be yourself. But these are what some of the homeowners associations do. There's two types of management. There's that professional corporate management of an HOA, and those are usually very black and white. If what you're requesting to have done to your property isn't part of the bylaws, it hasn't been written in, it's not going to happen, folks. Then the other type, though, are the self-managed homeowners associations. And those are interesting because then you have all the shows that have been created about people that would actually go to the trouble to get voted in as board members at HOA and what that would mean to you. And those folks, sure, you might be able to push and prod a little bit to get things done in a better way than maybe dealing on the corporate end of it, but it's a double-edged sword, so it comes back, maybe you upset somebody, have a personality conflict, and they don't like you trying to get stuff done. It's much more difficult. Those are some of the HOA dynamics, and I know that some people come to me and they start looking at real estate and they really don't want an HOA, but when they start looking at the real estate that's available, where it's located, the condition, the neighborhoods, they start looking at the schools, they say, well, maybe this is a bitter pill I have to swallow. Thank you for watching today's update. We will be back tomorrow. Today with Stevenson Ranch. We will talk about inventory tomorrow in Saugus, California, one of my favorite cities out here in Santa Clarita Valley. They're all great. Saugus has a special place in my heart. I hope everybody's well. Have a fantastic rest of your week. It is coming to Christmas. Remember, those New Year's resolutions, yeah, if you're going to start something, why New Year's? That's what I say. Be well, everybody. I'm Connor with Honor, and over and out.